Recording, and I'm going to share my screen.
God, sorry. Tina, you look pretty today.
Thank you. That's really sweet. I had to go pick up my son earlier, so I had to at least look halfway presentable to leave the house. Thank you.
Let's try again. All right, share. Wow, why do I have? Okay, let's try this. Okay, can you guys see the pink flowers? Okay, awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, ladies, happy February. Holy cow. Where did January go? It just zipped right by. Just zipped right by. So happy February. It's a fun month to have a Mary Kay business. I mean, every month is a fun month, but February is fun with Valentine's Day. And I find this is a great month for husband gifts. It's also a month that people like to buy themselves their own gifts. Sometimes people like be their own Valentines for themselves. Or the Galentines, people enjoy giving gifts to their girlfriends. So February is a very fun month. So let's go through. We're going to celebrate some things from January, and then we're going to dive into stuff for February. We have a guest speaker that's going to pop on at the end that I'm excited for you to get to meet. And we're just going to dive right in. All right. Well, congrats to our consultants that are our January Rise Up Achievers. So this challenge every single month it's a challenge for the first 15 days of the month. And the goal is to help all of us get into the mode of working consistently with our business. And so when you sell enough in the first 15 days to place a 350 wholesale order, you earn a different set of earrings. And so this last month, it was these adorable little blue hearts. And next month, we have another fun little set of earrings. So congrats to Erin and Hallie and Jen that all had 350 by the 15th and are going to be receiving these fun little earrings. All right, and then we welcomed seven new consultants in January. So Lori, Carla, Mila, Patricia, Alicia, Loretta, and Tina, all new consultants in January. Such a fun time to start a business. And I misspelled February. February. Our February goal is 10 new consultants. So we hit seven in January. So our goal in February is 10. That's our goal as we continue to grow our unit. Well, ladies, we have something to celebrate. You guys had an amazing January. We were 41% higher than last January and 22% higher for the whole year. So, congratulations, ladies. Way to work in January. Very good. Well, every month we have an opportunity for your guests to be entered into a cash drawing. And the way this works is that for every face that has tried Mary Kay, so whether they have had samples sent to them, or you sat down with them at the kitchen table, or you had some kind of consultation, you sent them the app and they tried on virtually and became a new customer. Every one of those people will be entered into a drawing that I'll do the first meeting of the next month. And $1 for each person is going to count up to 200. Our goal is to have 200 faces in a month. So this month we had 33 as a unit. And so each month we're going to work to beat our best until we hit June and hit 200. That's our goal in 1 month to do 200. I'm going to have a minimum of a $40 giveaway, even if it's a little bit below 40, when we've got people putting product on faces. So let's see if spin the wheel, you guys. All right, I'm going to spin the wheel. Everybody that turned in the names of their people that tried product in January are on this wheel. And so here we go. This is very exciting to see who's going to be our winner for January. Let's see. It is which customers? These are all of our customers. Jennifer Bredehoff, that is actually my customer. She lives 2 blocks from me. She's going to be so excited that she won $40. So, woohoo! All right. Well, that's fun. So you guys, how fun is that going to be every single month? So Jennifer Bredehoft went into the drawing. All of those spaces went into the drawing. And so you can let your customers know they are going into a drawing for at least $40 when they give their opinion of our product. All right. Well, this last week, our Queen of Faces was Amy Croft. Our queen of sales was Amy Croft. Our queen of bookings was Amy Croft. She is not able to be on tonight. She is sick. I told her, I said, Amy, I'm so sad you can't be on. You're the queen of everything, but she's just feeling lousy. So, congrats to Amy, Queen of Faces. I know she's got a big goal to take her son Riley to a professional soccer game. That is her why for her business right now. So, she's been working hard to make some money to take him to a professional soccer game. All right. Well, I want to celebrate our Rise and Radiate January Achievers. You guys, what do you think of your little goal posters I made for you? I had a friend show me that you could do this with AI, and I'm like, well, that's kind of fun. So, Erin, Hallie, and Tina were all our Rise and Radiate January Achievers. So that means you all are on target to win this fun purse that you're holding in the picture when you have a 600 wholesale every single month for the next 6 months and then attend seminar and we will be celebrating you at the end of the year. So congratulations on this great start to the new year. So good job, ladies. Well, if you didn't hit January, don't worry, don't be sad. Just it's a refocus time because you can still receive recognition when you achieve 600 months for the next 4 or 5 months of the seminar year. So there's still recognition that'll be given. There's still celebrating that's going to happen. You just won't get the bag. So that's the only thing. But still sashes and recognition, all fun stuff. Well, in February, there is an opportunity for all of you that are attending a spring conference. We've got them, they're all over the United States. In Michigan, the closest one is probably Cincinnati. In Missouri, we have one in Kansas City and the St. Louis area. And so they're all over the place. When you earn your red jacket by the end of February, number one, you'll get to wear your red jacket to spring conference, which is so fun. And then number two, you will get a $35 credit from me towards spring conference. So that's this month, adding 3 active team members to your team. I've got typos all over the place on these today. Sorry, ladies. But when you add 3 active team members this month or they activate, you become in your red by the end of the month. You'll get a credit towards spring conference. So, ladies, this is such a fun time to share Mary Kay with people. The opportunity to make extra cash right now it's just huge. People need it. I hear it all over the place. People that are needing extra cash for all kinds of things. And so I know I'm so grateful that 22 years ago, when I had no interest in Mary Kay, somebody just gave me a little information so I could make an educated choice. That's all. Well, let's talk a little bit about spring conference. So there is the conferences that are in Missouri are March 20th and 21st. So there's one in the Kansas City area and there's one in the St. Louis area. That's March 20th and 21st. And then the conference in Cincinnati is Saturday, March 28th. So all of them will be very powerful. And one of the things that I realized when I was at Leadership Conference 2 weeks ago in Nashville, I was reminded how important it is for my brain and my heart to be in the space of people that are positive and think bigger, not only for Mary Kay, but just for my life, just for life outside of Mary Kay. It is just important for me to be in that space. And so taking that time to spend, whether it's 24 hours or the Cincinnati one, 12 hours or 8 hours, however long it is, has always been worth it. Last January, so 2025, there was a snowstorm that came through Kansas City. I couldn't get to the airport. And by the time I could get to the airport and get to leadership, there was a snowstorm coming through in Texas, like weird stuff. So everybody was coming home. So it was the first time I'd ever missed leadership. And when I was at leadership this year, I thought, oh my gosh, it really impacted me. I know in my business not being there and being in that space. So if you can attend any of these, I highly, highly encourage it. It always is an adjustment, right? It always takes some shifting of things, but it is always, always worth it. So look at those different events and think about which one might be best for you.
Beth, can I say something about the Cincinnati conference one?
Yes, go ahead, Lynn.
So it wasn't a spring conference, but I went to a fall retreat with Linda Tubin group.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was powerful,
Mm.
and just being her being there and Pam Shaw being there is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, you're right, Lynn. It is going to be phenomenal. I got to hear both Linda and Pam speak at leadership. And I think what I'm most, well, that one of the many things that impresses me about being around women in Mary Kay, these two women in particular, they're retired. Like they've retired. They could be doing anything else, but they're so passionate about passing on the excellentness of Mary Kay that they are committed to continuing to help serve. And so being around women that are excellent, you will leave and you will just want to be more excellent. You'll walk in your home and you'll go to your job and you will have raised your level of thinking and commitment to being an excellent human being. So just encourage you. So Lynn, I'm glad. Lynn, are you all signed up for the Cincinnati one? Oh, she's unmuting. Oh, I think she is. Okay. All right. Well, ladies, oh my goodness. In February, we have new spring products. So I am going to stop sharing and we're going to talk about this new product for a few minutes. It's such a fun launch. So, so fun. But I want to remind you that the last Monday of this month, so Monday, February 23rd, our success night is going to be what we call our Lookbook Live. It's so fun. It is for you, it's for your guests, and we do a scavenger hunt. And so for people that either have their actual paper catalogs that were sent to them, or you can send a virtual link for free to everybody. And I found our customers with virtual links actually do better on the scavenger hunt than those with the paper. I think they can flip through faster. But everybody has their catalog. Excuse me. They have their virtual link and we give clues. We have 13 clues and they flip through, try to find the answer to the clue, and then they answer in the chat box. And it is such a fun way to help people understand what's in the catalog, learn about the new products, play a game. We give prizes. I think this will be our fourth lookbook live that we've done, and I absolutely love it. It's a great way to get your customers excited about getting the paper catalog or the link to it. It's so so fun. And look at this, you guys. Isn't that a fun cover? Like look at those fun lip glosses. So I'm gonna show you the new product. I've had it for probably about 3 weeks and have been using it and enjoying it. And so let's talk about it. So you can ask any questions that you have. And I'm going to spotlight myself so you can see it a little bit better. Okay. All right. Well, let's start with lip glosses since that's what's on the front of the cover. 3 new limited edition lip glosses. Very fun colors. I am wearing the Lilac Love. Okay, it's all I have on. I don't have any lip liner or any other lipstick. I love it. This is a very fun color. We've got Lilac Love. It's the same formula as our other lip glosses. Cherry Red. You got a fun, bright cherry red. And then Rose Noir. Now, I'm not quite sure why it's called Rose Noir because it doesn't look very rose to me, but it's pretty. I'll show you what they look like. Okay. So, and of course, we know with lip color that they are going to change their colors or they look different depending on the color of your lip that you start with. But man, love a good lip color. And ladies, remember, one thing that is so fun with a new product launch is they are a reason to connect with people. So, if the only thing you do is get these three new lip glosses, you may ask your friends, your customers to give their opinion of the three new limited edition lip glosses. So they say, sure, I'd love to give my opinion. And then you can also say, and you know what? I would love to give you a little skincare pampering at the same time. And you walk them through a Mary Kay Miracle Set, just skincare facial. And so you've introduced them to skincare and some new lip glosses. Last when it Sunday, when maybe it was just yesterday that I posted these, is an invite that you can use for your own self, your own events that you'd like to do, your own parties, your own gatherings, that are an invitation to a skincare pampering and a spring product demo. And so you could use lip glosses and your skincare to book appointments through the month of February. So I put a generic one in there, and then for local people, I'm doing two events in our town too that people can invite people to. But you guys, it's just a skincare class and some of the spring products. So at the end tonight, I'm going to let you know how you can this week earn one of these. All right. So stick around till the end. Okay. So lip gloss.
Beth,
Yeah,
I have a question on the lip glosses. Are they the same formula as the one we have now?
they are. Yep. Same.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Same formula, new shades, and they are limited edition. So they're not forever colors.
So I have a question real quick.
Yep.
Okay, so the lip gloss, I mean, you want to be able to share it with somebody, but there's not like samples in it, correct? So how would I do that?
Oh, lip glosses are super easy. So you can, let me see. Okay, so you can get Mary Kay sells sample applicators. They're just a little they're called doe tip applicators. You can buy a pack of 30 from Mary Kay.
Okay,
You can also get them off of Amazon. Go to Amazon, and so then if all you need is applicators and don't need to order anything else from Mary Kay, go to Amazon, look them up. They're just called doe tip applicators, and you just dip it in, and people can use it. The other thing that you can do, I have taken, if I don't have any doe tip applicators, you can take this. I mean, literally, like you want to get bare bones, you can take a paper plate, put a little, you just take this, kind of press it down on the plate. It'll leave some on the plate. They scoop it with their finger and put it on their lips.
gotcha.
Yeah. And I always want to use full size for my demos if possible, because it's a lot more bang for your buck. Like you get a lot more demos out of one of these than buying a strip. Um, if you're going to be seeing people in person and you're not going to be like passing them out. But if you have a group with you, I always use these. And then these count towards your section one wholesale order, right? When you're using these as demos. And they're a tax write-off because you're using them as a sales aid. Okay, so a lot of bonuses and using full-size product as your demos. Okay. All right. Any other questions about the lip glosses? Okay. All right. And second fun spring product, bronzers. We've got bronzers back. We've got medium glow and deep glow. They are back. We've had them before. People love bronzers, especially I feel like February is when I look in the mirror and go, I need some bronzer. It's been a while since I've seen the sun. So these two products have come out. These can be demos for you. Take some little cotton rounds and just rub it around in there, and people can demo on their face with full size. Okay. So new bronzers back by popular demand. All right, another popular product that has come back is our After Sun Replenishing Gel. Now, ladies, every time this comes out, it sells out fast because we love it. And we know that they're limited edition. We use them in the summertime when we're in the sun or spring break. Like lots of people are planning spring break trips right now. I think February through March is every week is a different week of a spring break for people, or winter break, whatever you call it. But we know this is that cool, soothing gel hydrator you put on after you've been in the sun. It feels so good. Um, I also use this, you guys, after my radiation treatments when I had breast cancer. And so this was felt amazing because when you have radiation, it's like you're getting a burst of sun on you. So if you know people that are currently being treated for cancer and they're undergoing radiation treatments, this is a great product. And I can speak from personal experience, but after sun replenishing gel, love it. So good. Okay. The other little duo that is in the current catalog is they're calling it a Shea bundle, and it's the Shea hand cream and then the Shea lip balm. Just it's a little bundle that's in the back of the catalog that people are going to see. And then the last product, this is the new product, the newest regular line product, and it is our hydration cream mask. I talked to somebody at leadership about this. I'm like, I have a lot of questions about this because what we're currently used to is our moisture renewing gel mask, and they're two very different products. So the gel mask is going away. So if you love it and you have customers that love it, stock up. I love it. I love that product. And it is different than this. It does different things than this product. This is a little more versatile than the gel mask, but again, they do different things. So the difference between the two masks, the current gel mask and this moisture cream mask, the gel mask is removing impurities from your skin, leaving it nice and soft and smooth. The hydrating cream mask is adding to the skin. The gel mask you would wipe off. The cream mask, you do not wipe off. It stays on your skin and then you rub in the excess after it's been on. You can use it a gazillion different ways. So you can use it. Let me give you some ways you can use it. You can use it after you've done all of your skincare routine in the morning and you need an extra layer of moisture. The way the Mary Kay person described it to me, she's like, it's like when you cook a chicken or a turkey and you get one of those turkey bags. Like you baste your turkey with olive oil and you salt and pepper it and do all the things and it's all like moist and sealed in. And you take that turkey bag, you put it inside the bag and it just seals it up and it keeps it all nice and moist. This is like the turkey bag. And I'm like, huh, okay. But you guys, I have to tell you, I had a customer reach out to me about a week ago, and I've had samples of this. They sent us samples and then they sent us a full size. And she said, Beth, my skin is so dry and I can't figure out what's going on. She uses the repair line. She's used it for probably about a year and a half, and she didn't understand what was going on. And I said, have you started any kind of new medication? And she has. And sometimes medication can impact your skin. And so I said, it's possible that it's your medication, especially if nothing else has changed. I said, so here's the deal. I just learned about how this acts like a turkey bag. Let's see if it works for your skin. So she did exactly what I told her. She used her regular repair routine morning and night, and she took the hydrating cream mask, put it over the top, and she said, Beth, amazing. Like it is exactly what I needed for my skin. My skin feels amazing. It feels hydrated. And she's in love. Like she's like, as soon as you can get it in, I need a tube. So that's how she's been using it and has had great results. And ladies, after I sent out my little hydration video, my little 5-minute video that I shared with you that you can use, I called and followed up with my customers. Lots of people, you guys, are struggling with dry skin and they get busy. Some will call you, many won't. Many will just be like, oh, I'll just try to figure it out, or I'll grab something when I'm at Target. It is our job to follow up with people and let them know to find out what's going on with their skin. People's skin is different in the winter. It just is. There's very few people that are not seeing any changes. And if it's not on their face, it's on their hands. It's a great time to introduce satin hands to people. And so this is a great product to be telling people about. The other place you can use it is on your elbows and your knees and your hands. Um, you can use it. They're going to be selling it as a mask duo with a charcoal mask and this. So do the charcoal mask and then use this all over. That's another way you can use it. When you travel, like if you're on a plane, I just traveled this weekend and gosh, you get so dried out on an airplane. I have no idea why, but you just come out and you're just dry, like dehydrated. So this is something you could carry with you when you're on a plane. You can do it as a thick application before you go to bed. You can do it in the morning as um, a mask before you do anything else. So a lot of different uses with this mask. And it's just creamy. It goes on, it doesn't feel greasy. It's amazing. So questions about the hydrating cream mask?
I have questions.
Yes,
You said that the gel mask is going away.
it is.
They are killing me, man.
Yeah.
Um,
I know. It's a stock
uh,
item for sure. Yeah.
I have so many customers on that mask, myself included, but okay. And then you said the order of application is what?
Well, it's a lot of different orders, which is really interesting. So the way that my customers used it, she does her whole routine, like start to finish, hydrates, puts this on right before her makeup. So that's one way you can do it. You can use it as a thick mask at night after you do your routine, and it acts like a extra hydrating mask while you sleep.
Which you could do with the gel mask. So,
Uh-huh. Yep.
yeah.
You could do it with the gel mask. They do, but what the gel mask is pulling out impurities. This is adding extra hydration. So that's how they're like the simple explanation is the gel mask removed, the hydrating mask adds. So, when you're trying to explain it to your customers. Um, the the oh gosh, what else? So yeah, so like while you're on a plane, you can put it on. Just put it on your face to add some hydration.
So what's the mask part? Is there an application where you put it on for 10 minutes and then take it off?
You never take it off. So you can put it on.
Never.
It says, imagine the no rinse possibilities. I'm reading my new product page. Apply to clean skin using your Mary Kay mask applicator or clean hands. Set it and forget it for 20 minutes or more. Then massage in any excess. No rinsing required.
Hmm.
So you can do the 20-minute moisture surge where it's a thin layer on your face and neck. Overnight dry skin rescue, pre-makeup glow up, mask in the morning for a dewy start, and then your hands, elbows, knees, all those extra dry places. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah. I love the gel mask, so I was a little sad when that was going away. And so um what made me excited about this is after my customer used it and she had such great results. Like we were trying to figure out, and she's used the gel mask before. This is like it's like, I mean, it's like that turkey bag. It kind of is just like sealing everything in over the top before you do your makeup. So that's how she's really loved it. But she was really frustrated with her skin. She's never had dry skin. She's always actually been very oily. And she's in her early 70s. So that was an interesting trial run. So I've got several other samples going out to people. So I'll keep you guys posted on what I hear from people. But what I am hearing from people is they're dried out. They are very dry right now. So we got to get them hydrated up.
Beth, when is the gel mask leaving?
It is, I don't know if it's currently moved to the like
It's
last,
not. It's
yeah,
on.
it's
Wouldn't it be when this launches, which is February 16th?
that is, yes, that is probably when it will move to the discontinued list. And they'll sell it till it's sold out. So I mean, and you can let people know that, like, let them know if they love it. This is a great time to stock up. And then what will be, I think, a smart thing to do if you've got people that love it, make sure you're buying samples. You can get samples or strips of 6, and or you can buy a full size and put it in your little bags. But put that in there with their gel moisturizers or their gel masks, so they can do a little comparison. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions about new product? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, I am going to, you guys, I'm going to share my screen. Like I said, we are going to have a guest speaker that's going to pop on in the night between now and 15 minutes from now. She's getting off work and going to pop on after she gets off of work. But I'm going to share my screen again. And I had a really interesting weekend. It was a fabulous weekend. I went to a conference. It was not a Mary Kay conference. And what I found though, as I was sitting at this conference, I'm like, this is like a Mary Kay conference, the things that they're telling us. And what I was realizing, so it was a conference of people united with a similar interest and people that wanted to do something, like they wanted to do something new. So the conference was for people that are interested in writing, particularly authoring a book, having it published. And so I have always had an interest in writing. I have a blog that I write, and I have a book that's in my Google Docs that's been sitting there for a long time. And so my niece invited me to this conference, and I was like, yes, that sounds fantastic. Let's go to Charlotte and go to this conference. And um, what was so cool, though, you guys, as I was listening to these speakers, we were encouraged. The opening speaker talked about what do you need to achieve a big goal. So you've got, hundreds of people in this room that are interested in doing something big, and this particular group wants to write a book. And so to write a book and get it published is a big goal. It's a big goal. But ladies, I thought it was so fascinating that everything that I'm going to show you in these next few slides are very similar things to what we talk about in Mary Kay. And so I'm going to go through these, and I want you to embrace the fact that the things that you learn in Mary Kay, whether you are interested in replacing your income with your Mary Kay business, or you're dabbling just as a little hobby, or somewhere in between, the things you learn in Mary Kay will impact how you live out other parts of your life. So here I am, you guys. I'm sitting in this auditorium, and we're talking about having a big goal. And look at what they suggested. The steps to achieving a big goal: having a clear path, like a clear understanding of how to hit the goal. Does that sound familiar? Do we talk about that in Mary Kay? Like having a clear understanding of what your goal is. Number 2, another thing you need to achieve a big goal is accountability. Like having someone that helps you stay accountable to your clear path. Didn't we talk about having a clear path last week? We talked about, remember you guys, last week I talked about understanding your lane, pretending like you're on a track, having a clear path that you go ahead. And so a clear path, accountability, and number 3 important thing in achieving a big goal is being a part of community. Huh. That sounds familiar. Does that sound kind of familiar to all of you? A clear path, accountability, and community. And so here we go. Let's talk about this, you guys. We're at the beginning of a new month. We're at the beginning of a new month, and a new beginning of a new month is such a great time to think about again, why am I building my business, and why am I working Mary Kay this month? So I want you to all think about that for a minute. If you're taking notes, I hope you are on your piece of paper, or if you're on your computer typing, I want you to think, why do I want to build my business in February? what do I need from my business? Like, why am I investing time? Why am I giving an hour of my Monday night to showing up and learning about different ways to build my business? What is your reason for building your business in February? Is it a specific dollar amount? Is it something you want personally, like you want to grow in your confidence this month? What is your reason for building your business in February? And I encourage you always at the beginning of every month to have some kind of folder or some kind of something that you are keeping track of what you're doing in your month. So I bought this cute pack of folders at the beginning of the year, and every month I have a different folder for each month. So in this month, I keep a track of my leads that I'm calling. They're in here. So when I leave the house, I can take this folder with me, tuck it in my bag, and if I've got a few minutes to make calls, I open up my folder and I have my leads in here. If I have some events that I'm doing, I put it in here. Anything from my month, I put in my folder. So on the front of your folder, sometimes people will put their reason for their month. Like maybe you've got a goal that you want to sell $1,000 in the month of February. You can put that on the front of the folder. But your folder is your clear path right here. This is your clear path, all right, for the month. So one of the things we know in Mary Kay is at the beginning of the month, you don't need more information. You need clarity on where you're going, right? If you don't have clarity on where you're going in your month, more information is just going to confuse you, and you're going to sit down at the beginning of the month and go, well, now I just have a lot more information to help me get to where I don't actually know where I want to go. And so it's not no more information we need. It's remembering where the heck do I want to go this month? All right. You get to remember that this month you get to go take it step by step, one step at a time, which is, do I have leads? How often am I going to call them? When am I going to work? And how am I going to be accountable to that goal? And then you get to go at your own pace. So this slide, all these slides were from a completely different uh, group of people with a goal, but the discipline is still the same. So can you see where what you're learning in Mary Kay, that you can take it to anything? It's a skill that you can take to anything. And that is so cool because you can see Mary Kay making you a better person in every part of your life. So we need a clear path, beginning of the month. What do you want from February? You want to know the answer to that question before you go to bed tonight. Okay. Number 2, accountability. What is accountability? I love the definition I heard this weekend was it is the ability to count. Accountability is the ability to count. So the ability to count what you're doing. Accountability is accountable to yourself. If you have a vision for where you want to go, maybe put it on the front of your folder. Accountability is keeping track of what that is inside of your folder, what to do now and what to do next. And this, you guys, this is powerful. When you decide where you want to go this month and what you're going to do to get there, maybe you say, I'm going to do that kit and commit. I'm going to book 8 parties to hold 5. That's what I'm going to do. When you are accountable, it means you are accountable to someone that is asking, let's look inside the folder. Do you have activity inside of your folder that's going to support what you want out here? Right? That is accountability. And if we talk about it in Mary Kay, like maybe go, oh man, I don't want to like being accountable. Guess what? If you go to another discipline and you are wanting to hit a goal, guess what they're going to encourage you to do? They're going to encourage you to be accountable. Erin, I want to ask you, in your training to be a Pilates instructor, do you have any kind of accountability that you have either that you've designed for yourself or that you have to have with your instructors as you're going through this process?
Definitely designed for myself. So we have certain number of hours we have to get, um, depending on the training, and I have built a schedule that allows me to achieve the goal, the deliverables.
So, Erin,
So yes.
how have you done that? What has been helpful for you to stay accountable to what you need to do to achieve that goal? Because you've got a lot of
Uh,
pieces.
yeah, getting partners, making it a priority, and um, letting everyone else around me know what priority is.
Mm, yeah, yeah, yep, absolutely. It's if you don't let people know what's happening or what you're doing, you can't. One of the second thing on this accountability is encouragement, right? Like if nobody knows that you're in this process that's taking time, then nobody can encourage you. It'd be like no one can go, Erin, how are you doing? I'm cheering you on till the end. So accountability is so huge. It helps you keep going. It's so huge. So isn't that fun to know that what you get, like the skills you learn in Mary Kay, it's going to serve you in other places. So good. Okay, so you're accountable. And then the third piece in hitting a big goal, hitting your monthly goal is community. It is community. You guys, it is true. When I look at our list of people that are getting the most out of their business, it is you guys who shows up here every week and who participates in Voxer questions and it just is true. So when people ask me, Beth, what will help me be successful in my business? This community, being in community and committing to it is key. It's key. For these people that went to this workshop that want to finish writing a book, having community is huge for them. Like, how are you doing? What, where are you going? Like, what's happening? What have you gotten done? So you need people who get it. Like the people that I was with this weekend, they get what it's like to want to write something. They get what it's like to feel stuck in that particular area of wanting to achieve something. It is so important to be with people who get it, who get it. So that's why when we're together with Mary Kay friends, we get it. We get what we are trying to do. We get when something happens that's disappointing that other people might not understand. If we have a disappointment in our business or something happens, other people in our world, they might not understand why it's disappointing because they don't get it, because they shouldn't get it. They're not in the world. And so being with people who get it, friends to cheer you on, and then people that are around you to pray with you and to pray for you is huge. So achieving a goal, let's refresh, having a clear path. So tonight, knowing what do you want from February? What do you want from February? And then being accountable. If you know what you want, like if you can picture, like, gosh, our family really could use $500 this month. Maybe that's what you want for February. Then your next step is to go, do I know what to do now and next? Do I actually know what the next steps are? If you're like, I don't know what the next steps are, then that's when you say, hey, I'm going to leave Beth a quick Voxer and ask this question. Like, what do I do now and do next? Because that's a simple answer. And then when you move into action, that's when you can have some accountability. So let's say you go, gosh, I want to make $500 this month. Then I would ask you, how many leads do you have? And if you don't have leads, if you don't have people to call, do you know how you can meet people like today? Do you know how to do that? And then if you don't, then there's some suggestions I can give. If you do know, then it is simply moving into action. Mary Kay it is not high level math. It is a simple skill based, like what we know worked 60 years ago, it still works today. So accountability and then community, staying connected with community, like being committed to being here, you guys. It just makes all the difference. All the difference. Okay. Well, as we wait for our guest speaker, I'm going to stop the share, and I'm going to remove my spotlight. You guys, when you think about what we get from our Mary Kay culture, and as far as that idea of having a goal and how to hit it, have any of you, especially if you've been in Mary Kay for a while, have you seen how it's impacted other parts of your life? Just being in a community of people that is positive and willing to keep going towards something that that have you seen it impact you at all outside of Mary Kay in any way, shape, or form? Lynn, yeah, go ahead.
So when I go to work in a normal setting, in a school setting, with everybody's so negative,
Hmm.
so negative. Um, and I mean, it's just, and I'm like, they don't even act positive about things, and it's frustrating to me because then I get in our Mary Kay world, and I'm like, oh my God. And I was always a positive person anyway, but
Mhm.
I really notice it when I'm at work
Yeah,
because it brings me down.
right. Yeah, you start to become aware of oh my goodness, the rest of the world thinks differently than we think in Mary Kay. Absolutely. Yeah. Yep. You have to kind of learn how to protect your heart and mind sometimes in those situations when you are surrounded by that kind of that negative thinking. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else before I introduce our guest?
I
Okay.
feel like it's given me more leadership training than Chrysler could and wants to give me leadership training. Chrysler, you have to clear it through your manager. Yeah, they have to figure out who's going to pay for it, yada, yada, yada. So I definitely think that those skills have transferred tremendously. And then I guess learning to be patient, because sometimes, honestly, sometimes customers drive me insane, and I can't let them know that. And that has helped me, like the patience, working on the patients has helped me at work too, because being a manager is not always an easy job. So
Yes. Yes. Aaron, that's so good. You know what? Just this morning, I had a call with Nan Stroud. So she's been retired 17 years and she still does these Monday calls with us. And her training today was how to get along with difficult people. And I was like, I needed everyone. I'll share that. Maybe I'll share that next week as our training. But I was like, oh my gosh, do other people get this kind of training? Like, but it was so good. But to your point, Aaron, like we do learn how to work with all kinds of personalities. And we learn how to like we learn very quickly what kind of personality we have, like when we're sitting down with them. Like when I'm sitting down with somebody and I'm doing a facial with them and they're like putting on their mascara and they're taking like 20 minutes to separate all of their lashes, I'm like, she's a detail person. Like she's gonna need all the information about all of the products and every ingredient, which is totally fine. But I love that I'm like, oh, I've started to figure that out with people by the way they put their makeup on. I can tell you what kind of personality they are. But that does serve us, doesn't it, when we're in other places to have those people skills that we get by being in Mary Kay. So, all right. Well, I'm excited to introduce our guest speaker that I invited on this evening. Brooke, are you able to show us your face? There she
Just
is.
wanted to wait until you were ready.
The big reveal. Okay. Well, some of you may know this guest speaker. It's my daughter. This is Brooke Lang. She lives in Seattle. When I started Mary Kay, she was 2 years old. And actually, when I got my inventory, I put it all in our laundry room. And I peeked in the laundry room, and Brooke was sitting at my boxes and like opening up the lipstick boxes. She didn't actually turn the lipsticks, but she was like opening up all of my lipsticks. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna need to put my product up a little bit higher from my 2-year-old. Um,
Yeah.
yes. Well, so Brooke, I asked Brooke to be on here tonight because Brooke, I'm gonna have you first describe your job, what you do, and then I'm gonna ask her a couple of questions. But she's learned some things this last year that I thought would be just some great information for all of us. So, Brooke, go ahead, tell us what your actual job is that you've been doing.
Okay. Hi everyone. Um, it's good to see you all again sometimes, some of you. But so I work for a nonprofit. I do fundraising. My official job title is mid-level giving officer. So I work with people who are giving in the $1 to $10,000 range, and I have a portfolio of donors, like I think like 800 donors at this point that I like call and build relationships with and try to maintain their giving and eventually grow it. So that is my job.
Hi. Brooke lives in Seattle, Washington. She went out there a little over a year ago with no job, with a dream and a suitcase full of everything she could see.
Dreams.
I
Yeah, suitcase full of dreams.
Suitcase full of dreams. And now she's been up there over a year. So, Brooke, I would love for you to share what your daily activity is to get the results that you want. So, you said you have a portfolio and you have to maintain it.
Mhm.
Who sets your goals for you? Do you set them? Does the nonprofit set them? Like, how does that
Yeah.
work?
So I have a boss, and then my boss has a boss, and my boss's boss sets the goals. And then I do them. So what I have to do every day is I call, you have to do 25 dials a day. And then the goal is like 18 reaches a week or meaningful communications. And that is just anytime anyone picks up the phone. So even when they're like, who is this? And then you say it and then they hang up, it still counts. So that's really great. But yeah, so that's the thing. And our overall goals, like for the whole year, are we want to grow our portfolio revenue by like 14%. And my secret goal is 20% because I did that last year, so I want to do it again. But yeah, so really small daily goals and then big end of year goals, I would say.
Okay. So you had a 14% target that they gave you, and you said, I want to do 20. What made you
Mhm.
decide that you wanted to shoot for 20?
I like to win and overachieve. I think it's fun. I yeah, I don't know. And plus we get a bonus if we raise that much. So, but more I just like the achievement of it all. Yeah, I would say that I'm pretty, I don't know, I like to do a good job. Um, yeah. I think that it is interesting though because there is a lot of like space between doing like the really, I don't know if like banal is the right word, but like really normal, monotonous, maybe everyday work. Um, and I think, I don't know, so there's like a pretty big gap between doing those things and I don't know. I would attribute a lot of it to being able to just like, I don't know. It's kind of like if you view every call as an opportunity, um, that helps. So like, I don't know. It maybe works a little bit differently from Mary Kay stuff because I don't have to do any like prospecting or acquisition. All of my donors are already like I already know that they're invested in what we're doing, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they want to like hear from us or they have the capacity to be able to grow their giving. Some people just want like an update every few months to know that we're doing good stuff. But that's still important to be able to like, because if someone is giving you like $100 a month and they're like making that choice to do that, like you want to thank them because they're part of the reason why our organization exists. So that's like, I think I like view that as an important aspect of the job. But then when you do have people who are invested in the work that you're doing, you attack that. You really get after those people because if you have someone who you know is interested in what you're doing, then that's like kind of your more valuable asset, I would say, because then there's a lot you can do with that.
Mhm.
So I don't know if that makes sense, but yes. So that answer your question,
It does. Yeah. So I heard you say that you look at each call as an opportunity. And so
I did literally say that.
you literally said that every call is an opportunity. Does that help you then when you're looking at, okay, today you have 25 calls that you're going to make? Does that
Mhm.
help in your brain? That was another question I had for you. How do you move into action? Especially on days that you're not feeling it. Like I don't feel
Mhm.
like making the calls.
Mhm. I think it's helpful to be able to have a year under my belt and know that there are conversations that exist that do well. I had a like last January, I was really in the doldrums and not really feeling excited about what I was doing. But I think if you can get connected to like understanding why the work is meaningful, um, like top of the pyramid stuff, and then if and then like sometimes that doesn't even help, and you just need to say like, okay, if once I do 5 calls, then I can eat a little snack or then I can go for a little walk. Or I do like a Pomodoro timer and I just work for 50 minutes and then I say now I can take a 10-minute break. So sometimes it's like big things and just remembering why the work you do is important. And then sometimes it's just doing little ways to trick your brain.
Mhm.
And sometimes honestly, like it's just not a day that you are supposed to be making calls, and that's fine too. I think it's on those days when if you like get in a little bit of a rut, I feel like it's more important to um, realize, like, I don't know, I sometimes would do that, and sometimes still do. It's much more effective it isn't helpful to be mad at yourself. It is more helpful to say, I wonder why that happened. What was going on? Shall I live in regret? No. But shall I maybe understand what was going on and then I can move forward and learn how to work in the midst of feeling all bad? So that.
Awesome. Awesome. Brooke, let me pull up my questions. I have one last question for you. How has consistently connecting with different people, how has that helped you learn how to work with different personality types?
Um, I think, do you mean like my donors or do you mean like my coworkers?
Um, Maybe either one.
Um, so we probably do a little less like I have tours with people, but I do more calling people on the phone. Um, yeah. How have I learned how to connect with different personality types?
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
question.
yes. Yeah.
Okay. I think with the way that I kind of categorize it is not like it's more like are you in or are you out? So if people aren't interested in what we're doing, and they don't want to be called, then I'm like, okay, I'm not going to call you then. That's great. Thank you for telling me. But I think like if people are interested in what we're doing, I've had this um, woman that I've had to work with recently who really wants to donate a bunch of Bibles for our search and rescue team, which is really good. But it's been just like a lot of back and forth, and not super fun. Um, and I don't know. I think with that, I honestly am like, how do I do this as quickly and cordially as possible? Because I have like 800 other people that I could be talking to right now. So I just I don't try to get myself, and then I also have to remind myself, like, She wants good things as well, even though this is not necessarily like benefiting. We didn't budget for 500 Bibles and we don't need them necessarily, and she really wants to give them to us. But I don't know. So I think in those situations, you kind of are just like, well, we're just going to deal with it fast and appreciate the fact that she wants to do a thing that is really objectively good, even if we didn't plan for it, and then move on. And it's good to, if you get a chance to like sit down and learn a little bit about people, I feel like that always lowers the temperature a little bit.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I have loved watching what Brittany's done over the last year because as I watch her reach out to people and have conversations, it reminds me a lot of what we do in Mary Kay. And so I heard you say, Brooke, that you had a target and that it was fun to shoot higher than the target.
Mhm.
That's a fun thing that you get to do. You don't have to do it, but that can be a fun thing to do. I heard you say that you think of calls as opportunities. I loved what you said about giving yourself grace on the days that just don't go the way you want them to, and what you've learned through connections. So I would love if you guys, the three, we had a lot of sick people tonight, Brooke, so we have a smaller group. But for you guys that are on, do you guys have any questions for Brooke, or do you have any um just comments of ways that this has helped you think about your own Mary Kay business and what's needed? And even maybe some if you've had any mental shifts when you think about the activity that we do to grow our businesses. Any comments or questions? Yeah, go ahead, Lynn.
Brooke, nice seeing you again.
You too,
Um,
Lynn.
how has watching your mother grow her business affected how you do your job?
Um, huh. I think my mom's just a go-getter. I think it just was kind of how it worked. So I don't know if I was like, I'm gonna do this because my mom did it. It was just like what she did. So I think I I think I'm pretty intrinsically motivated, but it is also helpful to have a role model who, yeah, my mom, she's here with us today. Is pretty is, um, she's a big fan of grit building experiences and not giving up. I think, I don't know, there was a time where I wanted to raise money for like a class trip or something, and I was selling Kringles. Do you guys know what Kringles are? They're like the big round pastry. Did you take me to do that, Mom? Where I was like going all in the neighborhood? Were you with me or was it Dad?
You know, I was with you. Yeah.
Yeah, but she went with me for that, and it was dark, and I was knocking on people's doors in the dark, and she like was supporting me through that. I don't know. Do you remember that time?
I do because you were determined to hit your goal. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Dusk. It was kind of rainy.
Yeah.
Knocking on people's doors because she was
Yeah.
sell those Kringles.
Yeah. No. So I think so I felt supported in that moment. She wasn't like, let's go home. It's dark. People might be worried about someone knocking on their doors in the dark. She said, keep going, keep knocking on those doors. Yeah. So I would say leading by example and also being supportive in the things that I did in growing up.
Other comments or questions for Brooke?
I just want to say thank you for taking time. I think it's probably like the end of the workday there. So thank you for taking time to come on today and just kind of resetting
Yeah.
our minds.
Yeah. I hope it was helpful. And if it wasn't, that's okay. I'm very young and there's a lot that I don't know.
And if it's not right now, then it will be later. You'll be like, wait a second, Brooke talked about this like 3 years ago. No,
Exactly.
3 days ago.
We'll see.
Yeah. I really, when Brooke told me the number of calls that she did every day, that's really like in our Mary Kay business, it's similar. And the direct connection between the numbers of calls we make and the results, I mean, it's just if you want higher results, you make more calls. And then as you make more calls, you grow in the skills like Brooke is experiencing this year, and learning how to talk to different kinds of people and how to give yourself grace and how to like play the game of like, I'm going to see if I can go a little bit higher. Like that's fun, and I
Yeah.
think in Mary Kay, we don't, so Brooke doesn't have to find leads, but we don't have a boss. Like we don't have to do anything if we don't want to. So we've got a little freedom in there.
Yeah.
But Brooke, did you have a comment?
Oh, yeah. I think it's also helpful. I was just thinking about this. At the end of the year, we have call days. Or no, we have a year-end goal where we want to reach or ask for 100 times. Um, and there's two other people who also have my job, so we're all reaching for that same goal. So that is kind of fun because it's a little bit of healthy competition. And I would say that if there's ever any like you can like manufacture any like sprint seasons, that's kind of fun too. A little competitive energy is helpful sometimes. Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
like
don't
it.
know if that's like the general Mary Kay vibe, but I like
Oh,
it.
yeah, we certainly have seasons, but I appreciate, I had actually heard of a director who had done that with her team recently where they had like 30-minute times once a week, like on a Sunday night where they just all got on Zoom and
Hmm.
we like took the cameras off or like muted it. But for 30 minutes, everybody was making their calls together.
Yeah.
Courage building because you're all doing it together, and then at the end
Hmm.
you just celebrated. So
Hmm.
I like the term you use, Brooke, sprint season. That's
Hmm.
good. I like it.
Hmm.
Awesome. Well, ladies, thanks for showing up tonight. Brooke, thank you for your time. I do appreciate it and appreciate your wisdom that you
Thank
have.
you for calling it that. Appreciate
It is
it.
wisdom. Well, a year ago, you would not have given the same kind of advice, nor would you have felt comfortable even probably talking about it. But
Yeah.
so we'll have you back here every year at this time and we'll see how you've grown.
It's worth your time.
Like Brooke
Yeah.
is now the president of the nonprofit that she started at as a mid-level donors officer. So never know.
Let's see.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, ladies, this is tonight. You want to think about what is your why for February? Where do you want to go? And do you know your next steps to getting there? February is a short month, already 2 days in, but I encourage you to have a very specific target for the month because this is the time when you get to do it. I love beginnings of new months, fresh starts. So exciting. So, everybody have a great week. We'll be back here next Monday and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.